Alright, so I didn't think I was going to be uploading today, but almost out of nowhere, F1 24 go and drop this. Version 1.1 of F1 24 is out now, featuring a number of bug fixes as well as prep work for the upcoming events in Season 3. So today, I thought I would quickly go through all the patch notes, the things that they are fixing, and some of the things that they are adding. So if we click on the link, you go to this page and it says Part 2 of Season 3 gets underway this week. And with it comes some bug fixes, which you would hope, because there are hundreds, and I have experienced some quite game-breaking ones. I doubt one of them is going to be in this. The one that I am talking about is, it was showed latest in my Hasta Glory at Silverstone, where there was a red flag, and after the red flag, at the race restart, my wheel, doesn't register properly, so I will turn my wheel 90 degrees, and the game will only register that I've turned it about 5 degrees, and that is basically, a 25% chance at the start of every single session. You know when you go into a race, or a qualifying session, or a practice session, and it comes with the 5 red lights, when they go out, you go. Every time that happens, there is a slight chance that my wheel just won't work, meaning I have to use a flashback, which of course, on a race start, and especially a red flag restart where you can't just restart the session, that is a huge problem, but I don't think that's going to be addressed in this because that's a very specific thing. And then, of course, there's the Brazil bug, which was in my Brazil, my team, where at turn 8, for some reason, no matter what would happen, it would either call a safety car or a red flag. It was a sprint weekend, I had 1 red flag and a safety car in the sprint race, and I also had 6 safety cars in the Grand Prix, so we'll see if that gets addressed. But anyway, so it says Part 2 of Season 3 starts on October 15th, which is slightly confusing because it says on their Twitter post, by the way, follow me on Twitter, I post absolutely nothing but do it anyway, it says that version 1.1 is out now, but then it says it starts on October 15th, and as I'm recording this, it's October 14th, so I'll have to clear that one up. I would like to finish the Jack Doohan challenge career. When I get to do that, who knows, but let's move on. Season 3 Part 2, so these are the things that we're getting. A challenge career on Ayrton Senna. That's quite cool. I am definitely intrigued by that. I have not really taken any notice to challenge career basically since the game dropped. I have mainly only played it for YouTube videos. I've done, I believe, 2 on the Max Verstappen one when the game first came out. That was the, well, I was going to say, the pre-order bonus, getting it 3 days early, but that isn't getting it 3 days early. That's getting it on its actual release date. You're just not paying, you know, an extra 30 quid, and you get it 3 days late. But anyway, and then there was, of course, the Fernando Alonso one, which I believe I did all 3 videos on, and then I don't remember if there was, I think there was a Leclerc one at some point. But yeah, an Ayrton Senna one, that's really cool. Seeing as well, I of course do my Ayrton Senna Driver career mode, which is by far the most successful series on my channel right now. So I will definitely be doing videos on that. And then we have the Brazil Pro Challenge featuring Gabriel Bortoleto, of course, the F2 standings leader going into the final round of the season, I believe. I've not really been paying close attention to F2 recently. All I remember is Zane Maloney just, you know, pissing on everyone for the first quarter of the season, but it must be not going very well for him. And we are also getting, now this is the most interesting thing that I have seen on this game so far, a race scenario of the 1991 Brazilian Grand Prix. Now I'm probably wrong because I am just guessing, but I believe that is this race where Ayrton Senna won his home Grand Prix. So it seems that the second part of this season, the first half was of course based around Formula 2. We had the Jack Doohan challenge career, there was a driver's scenario, I think it was also Jack Doohan, I could be wrong. Oh no, it was Ollie Bearman at Saudi Arabia, wasn't it? I remember that. So yeah, there was that. So an F2 theme, which they always release the current season of F2 a couple of months after the game comes out. With release comes the previous season, so with F1 24 we got F2 2023, and a couple of months later, with this season, we got F2 2024, and it seems like they took that opportunity to turn it into a season's theme, which I'm not really bothered with. I don't really care what they make it about. They can make it about Manchester United, I really don't care, because I don't really take any notice. But it seems that the second half of the season, at least part of it, will be based around Ayrton Senna. Of course, it has been 30 years since his death, I believe. Yes, 30 years since his death. Of course, it was in Imola 94. Of course, during Imola, in the real-life F1 world, and in Monaco, we got inundated with, you know, memorials and tributes, and honestly, I was getting a bit sick of it, but we ain't finished because we're also getting a load for Brazil as well, which is, of course, it's nice, but I do feel like it went a bit over the top. But that 1991 Brazil Grand Prix scenario and the challenge career, that is super, super cool. So I will be doing videos on all of that. So I'll be doing the challenge career on Ayrton Senna, the Pro Challenge, and the scenario. I'll be doing videos on all of them when they drop. And if we scroll down, we should be seeing the bug fixes. So we have the official F2 2024 Championship now uses the correct calendar. You'd feel like that would be a very, very basic thing to include with the release of this year's F2, but it is Codemasters we're talking about. These are the people that took about 4 months to add a pre-modeled Daniel Ricciardo to the game in F1 23. He was already there. They just had to, you know, put him on the grid and type AlphaTauri. Or was it RB at that point? No, it was still AlphaTauri. But yeah, so that's cool at least. And we also have fixed an issue where the ERS deployment limit was too high by setting it back to the correct level. I don't know what that means, but that's pretty cool. And then they did actually address one of the 2 bugs that I was talking about, at least I think. Issues with the safety car, auto recovery, and practice programs at Brazil have been fixed. Now, I only had issues with the safety car because it kept deploying them. Like I said, in a sprint plus a race, I had a combined total of 7 safety cars and a red flag. But I haven't played online ever on this game. Maybe a couple of ranked races, which weren't at Brazil. And I've never done a practice program at the track, so I don't know what those bugs were. But if you do those things, they've been fixed. There you go. And now we have the category AI/CPU behavior. All AI, so I thought it said, oh, I literally can't read. AI in F2 races will make better tyre choices in sessions with changing weather conditions. So again, I haven't played a single F2 race in the game. So were they just putting slicks on in the wet? Or were they just, well, it says changing, so I assume that means that they were like staying on slicks or they were staying on wets when it was drying or vice versa. So that's pretty cool, I guess, but let's be honest, who's playing F2 races? It's cool that they're fixing stuff, but yeah, moving on, we now have the graphics and visuals. The halo has been updated on both Mercedes cars. I didn't notice the difference, to be honest, from real life to the game. I didn't really pay attention, I guess. That's my bad, but that's pretty cool. Improvements to the number of F2 driver helmets. Okay, so they're actually, you know, putting more detail into the F2 scene, which is quite cool. Connected the location of a sponsor. Oh, correct. I really can't read. My goodness, what's happened? Oh, I'm tired, okay? Shut up. So they corrected the location of a sponsor. Wow. Wonder if that's a legal thing. And finally, Intel XeSS 1.3 added. I don't know what that means. I don't play on PC. So if you do, there you go. And then one of the final things we have is tracks, which says that the finish line at Brazil has been updated to match real life. Again, I don't notice the difference. But because it's changed, they have had to redo or reset the time trial leaderboards. That's going to piss a few people off, especially those that don't want of them one-in-a-lifetime lap times around that place. I, for one, don't really care. I have not done a single time trial lap on the game, but it is cool. You know, this is good. They are, you know, adjusting some things. I know it's only small things, like, you know, changing a sponsor location and the halos of cars and the finish line at one track. There are still so many more bugs and issues with the game, but they're trying? I think? Maybe? I don't know. Let me know what you think. Are they trying or not? And we also have miscellaneous, which just, I don't even know what this means. UDP F2 engine IC power is now reported via car. What does that even mean? I am no technical expert. I'm a digital business entrepreneur, and I genuinely can't even begin to fathom what that means. The only word in that sentence I understand is F2 engine ICE, and that's it. and then we also have various UI improvements. So, yeah, honestly, a W little patch notes. One massive bug has been fixed, along with a couple of little other ones, and these 3 events, this, and this, all look super cool, and I will of course be making videos on them as soon as they drop. So, that's gonna be all from me today. Like I said, I had no intent of uploading, but here we are. And yeah, there you go. So that's everything that's coming tomorrow in F1 24. And yeah, thanks for watching, like the video, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.